In the world of fragrance, making you smell delicious and offending you at the same time may be considered especially heinous. In New York City, a gorgeous Cubano and his elite squad of ball sprayers will seek out these colognes and investigate them. This is his story. Bitch.
Alright, bitch bags, we got another fucking compilation ready for y'all. I'm gonna show you my entire collection of Bond No. 9 fragrances. Now, if y'all motherfuckers follow me, which most of you do, and if you don't, you better know that I'm not the biggest Bond fan, so don't expect this to be like a 40 collection fragrance, cause that ain't it. I've had a few others, but I've managed to swap or trade or even sell because they just didn't make the biggest impact for me or didn't become something that I needed in my stash. Let's roll my motherfucking music and finish up this video real quick so I can go back online and go shopping for more shit. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. And yeah, this video ain't that complicated, and it's actually quite short for a collection video. You know what tickles my asshole about Bond No. 9 is that the price points of these fragrances are just astronomically high for the type of fragrance that they compose. They're not complicated fragrances, they're not overly imaginative, they're good, they have some solid choices, but for the price point that some of these command, some of them like $500–600, nah, B, this shit ain't flowing that way. We not doing that. So let's get to this list and I'm gonna pinpoint a couple little things here and there of these fragrances that I fucks with. The first one is, unfortunately this ain't the cool one, but it's Andy Warhol's Silver Factory Bond No. 9. This isn't the Andy Warhol face edition. Apparently there was some lawsuit with Bond No. 9 and they had the one with the face off, so I got the regular basic bitch one, but nevertheless, this is actually a beautiful fragrance. This one gives me kind of like an incensey plum vibe with a crystallized sugar essence, followed by a thick masculine wood foundation. This is actually a beautiful fragrance. For me, plum is not listed in the notes, but it does have a plummy, juicy vibe blended beautifully with that incense. It is a heavy incense fragrance, but it's not gonna smell like the dude down the block selling 3 packs for $1. I promise you that much. But it will have that kind of potency. This is definitely thick on the skin and has a very decent performance on my shit, around 7 or 8 hours. But again, the Bond No. 9 price points are a little wild crazy. Obviously, I didn't buy this for retail. I never buy shit for retail. Not never, but hardly ever buy shit for retail. But this is one that I'm gonna keep in my stash because it's definitely very beautiful, but it's not super unique because there's other fragrances that are semi-comparable, although those are kind of like in the same price point too. So pick and choose, bitch. Next one. The next one on my list is another Andy Warhol shit, because it seems to me that Andy Warhols be kind of popping. But this bottle is a little femmy. It's Lexington Avenue by Bond No. 9. If you can see kind of here, it's a bunch of heels and stilettos and shit like that. But Cuba, why are you wearing it? Because I'm a bit of a bitch. Don't judge me, but this is actually really nice. It's really comforting. It does smell kind of lipstick baggy, not heavy iris, but does smell like a powdery face foundation. So if you date one of these former stripper bitches that be caking on the foundation on their face, does smell a little bit like that. It is very warm, endearing, a little bit of spiciness, but again, it's heavy on that foundation caked on makeup-y kind of vibe. Better than iris in my personal opinion, but to each his own. That's why it's a little bit of feminine. And the funny thing is it's type linear on my skin. Once I spray this bitch on my arm, it initially smells linear throughout. As a matter of fact, if you even smell it from the bottle, the shit smells like a dry down. But for me, it was kind of intriguing. I did like it, and I got it for the super cheap. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just keep it in my stash because I kind of like the shit. Next one. The next one is actually one that I've worn a good amount over the summer, and that's Bond No. 9's Montauk. Obviously, this is a tester. It didn't come with a cap because, you know, if I could find it for cheap, I will do so. This joint is really very nice, very airy and bright, definitely aquatic. It's got a very nice blast of berry and bergamot upon the opening. It's got nice white florals, which are really the only florals other than rose, and I'm trying to get with the whole rose vibe, but white florals are really the only ones that I can kind of stand and actually wear without it making me nauseated or giving me a fucking headache. So very nice berry bergamot opening, white florals, a little bit of amber vibe, and of course some musky woody nuances to help bring it all fucking together. Again, it's a beautiful fragrance, awesome for a beautiful spring or summer day. If you're chilling by the boat or you leaning on the yacht, if you are in Long Island and you got that Montauk water seaside type shit vibe, this was actually pretty dope. It is a great fragrance, but again, does it command the price tag that it has? No, it has another designer-esque fragrance vibe that you can get for a lot cheaper. But again, I didn't get this that much higher than a crazy designer fragrance, so I didn't lose out. Next one. The next one on my stash was almost a fucking relic. At one point, people were losing their dicks because they were gonna discontinue this shit. There was consistent calls to the bond stores all over NYC. They didn't know what was going on for a hot minute. Then they were like, it's out of stock, it's no longer being made. This shit on the secondary market was going for paper. I even thought about flipping this shit at one point because I was like, yo, this shit's gonna be like $400, $500 for a bottle that's worth $150. So I might just do this motherfucker. But of course, we all got caught. Fake news. The fragrance is Bleecker Street. All of y'all love it. 90% of y'all bitches got it. The blueberry and blackcurrant fucking monster. Bleecker Street is actually lit. The problem is it doesn't smell shit like Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street smells like dog shit, newspaper. And if you're lucky, a couple whores selling ass 3 for $5. Listen, you don't understand. I get the whole, you know, Art Deco-ish kind of situation from Bleecker Street, but it don't smell like Bleecker Street. But I guess it's the whole Bond No. 9 vibe. It is a gorgeous fragrance, very bright, very airy. I don't wear it as much because it smells like Ralph Lauren Purple Label, which is definitely my favorite if I gotta choose between these two. They're very close. For me, Ralph Lauren Purple Label is a little bit more masculine, a little bit more robust and aggressive. Gives me a little extra girth on my ball bag. Again, blueberry, blackcurrant, fresh, green, earthy, woody, very green, Central Parkish green. But does it command the price? Agree to disagree. Next one. The next fragrance on this list is semi-nostalgic because I know it was my cousin's signature fragrance for his bachelor party where multiple bags of money were spent. Ferraris were racing all over Miami Beach and well, you know what happened in the strip club. Nothing. Because I'm cheap as fuck and I was probably picking up more dollars than the strippers. And the fragrance is none other than Bond No. 9 Scent of Peace. This is a very, very lovely fragrance of pineapple and juicy berries upon the opening. One thing that I don't like about this fragrance is the Pierce vetiver-like opening that's just a little bit aggressive and abrasive to the nostrils. You gotta kind of air out before you put yourself in a certain situation with this fragrance because some people may find it a little bit even off-putting, but the mid and the dry down is where the magic happens. Again, it's juicy pineapple, berries, vetiver, cedar, very, very nice, very sexy, nonetheless, very fresh. Again, even from here, it's a little bit sharp. It catches you right in the back, you know, and the little pink thing hanging in the back of your neck. For some people, it's balls. The performance factor on this one is actually very decent. Some people may compare it to like a Ventus-ish. No, it's not a Ventus-ish. If you haven't sampled it, definitely sample it. I think you'll enjoy it, but just air out a little bit. Next one. And last and certainly not least, this might be my favorite of the Bond fragrances that I have. I've spoken about it a few times and you guys may know already what it is. It's Indigo from the Dubai line. I just love the presentation on this bottle. This is what it's supposed to be. But again, this one when it came out, I believe it was somewhere along the lines of $550, $600. Bitch, bye, stop. This is definitely a mouth-dripping, watering, sexy peach that you just bite and have dripping all over your face and chin. Weirdness to it, it has a little bit of a rubber band vibe, like when you take a couple $100, you know what I'm saying, and wrap it in a rubber band and throw it in a paper bag when you're going through the South Bronx and then you gotta deliver it to a guy named Pop. Too much information. But mouth-watering peach, bergamot, white florals. Again, I fucks with the white florals. And of course, the woody, musky undertones. It just helps balance a lot of it out. A lot of fragrances have that wood base because you gotta bring all that shit down. Everything just combines very well like that. And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It actually performs very well on my skin. If you can get past a little bit of rubberiness that it has, it can be a very, very beautiful, bright fragrance. It does captivate and perform like a real sexy scent cloud right around you. So that's dope too. And not to mention, again, this bottle is mad sexy on the fucking counter. I can't front. Not for that fucking price tag though. I got this shit for not even a fraction of the price. Shout out to the plugs for coming through. It's good to know high people in low places or low people in high places. Nevertheless, it's good to know fucking dirtbags that shit falls off the back of a truck because you need that truck door to open. And that's pretty much it. That's my Bond collection. It's really not a fucking collection. It's a few fragrances that I have, the only ones that I have full bottles of Bond. I literally have the entire lineup of samples from Bond, but these are the ones that I was interested in getting a full bottle of. If I find something else for like a super low that the plug just happens to throw off a truck and I happen to have my hands on it, I'll fuck with it. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and all of those are definitely ball sprays, but I'm not doing the mistake that I did last time and spraying everything on my dick because I don't want to smell like expensive designer fragrance. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. It's your boy, Smooches. Cubaknow,
what's fresh, who's best. Wanna know who's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Ay, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would